Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. By the way, why don't you take, yeah, never
First
mind.
one?
Why don't you take this next paragraph? Just take the whole paragraph.
So it's 1563, right?
No, the sources of this information. Actually, you don't have that.
No.
My brain's not working today. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources and music and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
I'm Scott.
And today is Woden's Day, also known as Wednesday, August 17th, 2022. West. For people who...
Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday's Day. So... Alright, why don't you start us off here, good sir?
Okay, so 1563, King Charles IX of France declared an adult at 13.
That's probably so he can legitimately reign without actually having the added difficulty of putting in a handler. Because when they're a kid, they're still king, but there's like a proxy ruler that rules through them, or like an advisor, or some kind of parental figure, or something like that. I see Sohan has joined us. Welcome.
Welcome, Sohan.
His mic is still muted, so he's probably still loading in. Anyway, Mr. Scott, what else happened?
In 1579, Francois of Anjou visits English Queen Elizabeth I.
Ah, Anjou. So Francois.
Francois.
So that sounds French. Yep. Mr. Sohan.
Yes.
Why did the king become a party pooper in 1661?
Because he's King Poop. No. 1661, French Superintendent of Finances Nicolas Fouquet throws one of the grandest and opiate parties ever seen in France, appalling King Louis XIV and leading to Fouquet's arrest for embezzlement weeks later. Oh, he's mad because he probably wasn't invited.
He's mad because he partied better than him. So.
Yeah, he wasn't invited.
Yeah, probably.
That man had his own Project X party.
Huh.
And the king wasn't invited. He's like, no, fuck this. This man's getting in trouble.
Huh. That's an interesting theory.
In 1807, Robert Fulton Steamboat Clement begins first trip up Hudson River. That's interesting, right there.
All right. Yeah, the first trip up the Hudson River. So.
In a steamboat.
Yeah.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah, this guy was a commercial steamboat inventor. So yeah.
And also 1808. Are we doing a 3x3?
Yeah, I forgot about that. So after yours, then Scott has one, and then I'll do my 3, and then we'll get back on track.
In 1808, Napoleon asked King Louis for Holland Brigade towards Spain.
Huh. So it sounds like he's asking King Louis to move his Holland Brigade towards Spain to aid him in the attack.
Yes.
Mr. Scott.
Ooh, he's got a good one.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. 1834, Charles Darwin reaches the top of Campana in Chile during his voyage on the Beagle.
Huh, so that sounds like a mountain or something. Campana in Chile. Let me look it up real quick.
Oh, yeah. Also, Xander, Charles Darwin's in Assassin's Creed Syndicate as well.
I think you told me about that.
No, I told you about Charles Dickens and Karl Marx. And Alexander,
he's the evolution
Alexander Graham Bell.
Isn't he part his stuff on evolution or something, Charles Darwin?
Yeah, Charles Darwin was the more known, but he had a co-signatory to the whole thing, the whole theory of evolution and whatnot.
Right.
So, which is astounding, but obvious when you think about it, in today's world. But today it's just common knowledge. Back then, creationism was king, and yeah, it looks like it was a mountain. The Campana.
190 years ago.
Yeah.
Ooh. I feel sorry for you, Xander.
Oh God. 1876, Richard Wagner's opera Gotterdammerung premiered in Beirut.
I thought it was Gotterdammerung. I thought it was Gotterdammerung.
Gotterdammerung?
Yeah, Goddard.
Goddard. Got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those two dots above the O makes it like Gotterdammerung.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Then in 1908 as well, the Bank of Italy, now the Bank of America, opened their new HQ at Clay and Montgomery in San Francisco. And
So
yeah,
it used to be the Bank of Italy.
yeah, it used to be called the Bank of Italy. Now it's called the Bank of America. And remember that. Remember how bad Bank of America's customer service is and such? Like, there's been cases where people were having problems and they were actually told to go to another physical store location. It's like, what's the difference? Why can't you help me here? Because they're literally giving them the runaround. But Bank of America, their start was taking advantage of the earthquake in San Francisco and giving out loans and everything to all the people, to rebuild the whole city. So their very start is like shadier than, a fucking palm tree. So, well, that's not a good example. Shadier than a weeping willow. So, yeah. 1933, Major League Baseball player Lou Gehrig played record 1,308th consecutive game. Wow.
And he's got the, ALS, I think, what he passed away from is Lou Gehrig.
Yep, named after
That's
him.
what it was named after.
Yep.
And yeah, that was my three. So, Scott.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Okay. 1939, musical film The Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland, Ray Bolger, Burt Lahr, and Jack Haley, opens at Lowe's Capitol Theater in New York City.
That's a good movie.
It is.
I still have.
I like how part of it like it starts in black and white and then it's in color.
Yeah, it's black and white when you're in the real world, and then it's in color when you're in, the Land of Oz or whatever it is.
Well, I think it was Technicolor.
Yeah, it's Technicolor. That's right. And actually, if you go wherever her shoes are, I don't know where her shoes are, but and there are several pairs, because movie stuff. But the actual shoes are like orange, but because of the film, they turned to ruby, on the film. So the ruby slippers, they had to make them orange, in order to. So what you see here, these are all like oversaturated or undersaturated colors. So if you actually saw them in real life, they would not look anything like this, at color wise. So, which is kind of crazy.
Ooh, Scott got another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1940, Adolf Hitler orders a total blockade of Great Britain.
Yep. Unrestricted submarine warfare and all that stuff. So, we have another 40 here.
1940, FDR and Canadian Prime Minister William M. King agree to Joint Defense Commission.
And I just got a random thought, I was thinking, why don't we have leaders like that today? Like, why is everything corrupt and all that stuff? Because there is no conflict. Because everything is too easy. Like, I'm thinking that this, what's coming up, on the horizon here with China and Taiwan, and Russia and all that stuff going on, we're going to have a global war. And at the end of it, we will be better off. We will, reset things. Like, back 50 years.
Well, the corrupt will still be in office.
Yeah, but I guess in a way, like, I'm trying to get my hope back, but I don't know.
They'll be able to implicate their laws more, that's all.
Anyway, moving on up into 1943, U.S. General George S. Patton.
That's my turn.
What?
But you can have this one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My turn.
I'm sorry.
But you can have this one.
No, go ahead. My brain's just not working today.
That's okay. 1943, General George S. Patton enters Messina, completing the Allied conquest of Sicily.
Nice.
No
And-
cowards in his army, or yeah.
Say again?
No
no-
cowards in his battle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
At least that's better than Russia. Cowards and traitors will be shot.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Also,
true.
1945, Sukarno and Mohammed Hatta declare Indonesia Dutch East Indies independent from the Netherlands.
Ah.
Yes. And, 1946, Arthur Hogener's Third Symphony, If the Queen, premiered.
Maybe liturgic or
Liturgique. Liturgique?
liturgic, whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder. We'd have to. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Also in 1946, George Orwell published Animal Farm in the United Kingdom. That's an eye-opening book right there. That was before his War of the Worlds, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1957, baseball player Richie Ashburn fouled and hit fan Alice Roth twice in the same game at bat. Oh God. Playing for the Philadelphia Phillies. First hit broke her nose. The second one hit her while she was on the stretcher. Oh my God. Take that, bitch, and fuck you. Oh my God.
Never heard of that
That's
story.
awful.
You
Never
never
heard of that
find
story.
someone that unlucky.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm thinking
Well,
of like, you know,
no, there was this one guy in history that got struck by lightning, I think 3 times, 2 in his life, and 1 hit his grave.
yeah, he got hit by lightning twice, didn't die from that, then later died from something else, maybe natural causes, and then lightning struck his grave. Like, and didn't it crack his gravestone in half or like scorch it or something?
He cracked it, yes.
Yeah. Like, God's just like,
That's
no,
what-
Zeus is like, fuck this guy in particular. Like,
Like, damn it!
Human lightning rods
yeah.
must have extra iron in their.
I'll be
bodies.
back.
Alright. 1960, Francis Gary Powers YouTube spy trial opened in Moscow. Oh, this is after he got shot down. So, which I find it a little suspicious that he would be like such an amazing ass pilot that he would be flying something like the U-2, but then he would go on and die in a helicopter crash that he's piloting. I don't think so. I think something's afoul there. I think they killed him off.
Sure, it could be.
Yeah. I mean, there's this whole conspiracy about Yuri Gagarin, and I saw something on TV earlier this morning about it, in a snippet. But like, Yuri Gagarin died in like some freak plane accident or something himself. He was the first man in space. Period. And he will forever, be that. You can't take that away. But like, with that status, I think he started like saying things against the Soviet Union or something, so they just silenced him. Permanently.
Yeah.
Mr. Scott.
1966, Willie Mays takes second place on all-time home run list.
Ah.
Very popular player.
And I've said this before, several times, but like, that picture of him right there? It reminds me of every time my dad is looking for his glasses.
It's on his head already.
Yeah.
The keys are already in your pocket.
Yeah. What else happened?
1969, PGA Championship Men's Golf. NCR Country Club. Ray Floyd wins first of his 4 major titles by 1 stroke from South African Gary Player.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the golf part, but that's 69, so
Yep.
these guys were popular at that point.
We have another 69 here.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
69, Woodstock Festival closes with Jimi Hendrix, Band of Gypsies as final act, taking the stage at 9 a.m. on the 18th. Other performers included Joe Cocker, Country Joe McDonald, and The Fish. The band CSNNY, and Sha-Na-Na.
Sha-na-na.
I like that picture. That's
Yeah.
This sea of people.
Yeah, see, what a lot of people don't remember from Woodstock is just how much crap they left. Like, all the trash and everything, nobody threw away. They were all hippies. They all did drugs. There were drug needles everywhere. Used baggies. Spoons. Like, so much trash just left there. And this is why they don't do Woodstock anymore, because they did it a couple of times, and it
99 was the last one, because 99 I watched a lot, and that was the one where it was really hot, and water bottles were super expensive, so people waiting too long for water, so they like busted the pipes and it got flooded out. And then they started lighting the towers on fire at the end, and it got so crazy. And I remember stories I was reading on that, like people were like taking in strangers into their house to shower and like stuff after that 1999 one.
Wow,
so,
that's awful. Ugh.
Yeah, that was like, I watched it and the whole story about it. That's pretty much, I think, the last one they did was in '99, and that was in Rome, New York, which is there. That's a place that exists, but yeah, they tried. There were some good shows, but yeah, everybody with the heat and all the other circumstances, it just like riots basically.
Well, there is a correlation of temperature and how people act. If it's hotter, during the summer months, and I'm not sure. I think the movie's called The Call, but it's about this woman who gets kidnapped or something, and she has like a burner phone, and she calls 911. But because it's a burner phone, it doesn't have tracking, so they have to do the old-fashioned triangulation to find them. At the beginning of the movie, the guy is giving because she's like a new hire to police dispatch, so he's like giving her some rule of thumb. It's like, okay, we're entering the summer season, so temperatures are getting higher, blood's getting hotter, so there's going to be more, like petty crimes, like theft, muggings, assaults, pickpockets, things like that, because there is a direct correlation scientifically between the body temperature and how you act. If you're hotter, you're more hostile, because just like you're uncomfortable, you want to get out of the situation, so you're just like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
But I'm surprised it lasted until '99. I thought it only had like 3-4 some odd shows. 69 to 99, that's 30 years, so that's a lot more shows than that. I thought it ended in like 73. I was way off.
Yeah, that's what I think the 1999 they tried to do it again after, maybe for the anniversary.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just got out of hand. Like the shows itself are pretty good, but they're all, I've seen most of them online, but
so
the
are
aftermath.
you back? I don't think so is back, even though his thing's lighting up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take this. 1972, MLB Philadelphia Phillies Steve Carlton won his 15th straight game. Wow. 15 games in a row win. That's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah.
For a pitcher, they try to get around 20, but that's like 15 in a row, so he didn't even get a loss.
Yeah. 1979, Monty Python's Life of Brian, directed by Terry Jones, starring Graham Chapman, Mikhail Palin, and John Cleese, premiered in U.S. theaters. I almost read that guy's last name as Cheese. It's like John Cheese. What?
Yeah.
And then in 1980, we have George Brett went 4-4, raising his batting average to .401.
Yeah, so George Brett has a famous scene where he was playing against the Yankees, and he hit a home run, and the Yankees came out and said he had too much pine tar in his bat, and they called him out, and he just freaked out and just made a beeline for them, just totally going crazy because of it. Wow. So that was like, yeah, that was a George Brett scene for you. Pretty wild. He was a good hitter, though.
Yeah. Well, you have a baseball thing here.
Yeah, he was good with the Royals for forever. I mean, he's still popular there. Again with Pete Rose, 1984. Pete Rose returns to Cincinnati Reds as player manager. Gets 2 hits. Yeah, I forgot about that. He was a player manager for a few.
So I didn't know you can do that. You can play and manage. What?
I don't know if you could do that anymore, but I think it's just that they needed him at the time, and he was like not fully retired or something. So.
That's interesting.
But he got 2 hits. You can see he got two hits, so that's all he got.
Man, talk about being a team leader, man. You know.
Oh yeah. So 1985, Rajiv Gandhi announces Punjab state elections in India.
Huh. Cool. They get to vote.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, Punjab is one of the states in India. Like how the United States, you know, how we have all these different states. Like every country is like that. You know, like every country has their own, you know, different, you know, subdivisions and stuff within them. Like, you know, states, counties, cities, townships, you know, provinces, stuff like that. You know.
Yep.
How far are we?
We're in 1987 right now. This is Scott's third one.
Okay.
And then we'll do your turn.
So 1987, bunt single gives Milwaukee Brewers' Paul Molitor longest MLB hit streak of 1980s at 32 games.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's a good hitter. He has over 3,000 hits in his career, so he was a great hitter.
Well, to hit once for, you know, in 32 games consecutively, that's pretty good. So.
Yep.
Also, 1987, Muhammad Ali elected to Ring Magazine's Boxing Hall of Fame.
Huh. That's cool.
Yes. Also, 1989, Orioles shortstop Carl Ripken moves into third place. 1,208 consecutive games.
Yeah, so Cal Ripken is like the Iron Man. He had the record for never missing a game in I don't know how many years it was, or how I don't know the exact games, but he never missed a game until like he almost retired, and he had the record for it.
Let's see here.
And 1990, Exorcist 3 film written and directed by William Peter Blatty premieres.
Huh. Yeah, that's right. They, because Exorcist did really well, they started milking that cow for all it was worth.
So did Poltergeist, and they did the same thing with Poltergeist. Poltergeist is cursed.
That
Well,
is true.
and Exorcism.
Yeah. Cal Ripken, by the way, Scott, to answer your question, 2,632 games.
Yeah, straight.
Jesus, that's a lot. That's insane.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's a record that will ever be broken again, actually, because of how they play now and they rest players a lot more. So.
Yeah.
This next one, I was looking up this one, so whenever.
Yeah, it's real. And I can tell you a story behind this involving a certain fighting game. In 1990, Phyllis Pollender sues Mike Tyson for sexual harassment.
What's the story?
So Mike Tyson was a trip to a pad. So yeah, you could talk first. Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, here's the story. There's a character in Street Fighter 2 by the name of Balrog, and there's a character named M. Bison. But the thing is, Balrog is supposed to be M. Bison because Balrog is this exact look of Mike Tyson. He's inspired by Mike Tyson, but this case messed it up.
Ah, wow, how about that?
Yeah, I have it up on the stream here.
So
that is Mike Tyson. Oh my God.
I was gonna say about this. So Mike Tyson met this Phyllis Pollender at a pageant. She was like 18, and they went back to like the hotel room or something, and then it's a he said she said thing after that. And by the time he got into court, Mike Tyson had a really bad lawyer that represented him. So either did it or didn't do it, but in a court of law, he got a couple of years in jail at least for it. So he just wasn't prepared for it all, and it really came back to get him in court.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yep.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
And now Mike Tyson done changed completely for the good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has.
He's calmed down in his old age. You know, he's not going out and, you know, punching people in hotel rooms and, you know, for stealing his tiger. You know, he's not buying tigers. You know, like.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. 1998, the Monica Lewinsky scandal. U.S. President Bill Clinton admitted in taped testimony he had a improper physical relationship with the intern, and on the same day admitted before the nation he misled people about their relationship. Wow. Yeah. Nothing to say about that?
No.
No.
But I
2007.
think I got a meme for that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna place it in my list if I can find it.
Alright.
There we go.
Moving on up into 2007, Perez Hilton, not Paris Hilton, but Perez Hilton, mistakenly announced the death of Cuban leader Fidel Castro. I find that personally
Mistakenly,
hilarious.
wow.
Let's see this. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Yeah, that's great. Hold on a second here. The current generation probably doesn't even know that there are two people in this picture. Bill Clinton, and we're not talking about the mask here, we're talking about who's under the desk. So, that's a good one. 365 days later, 2008, during Canadian Open Women's Golf, Ottawa Hunt Golf Club, Australian Catherine Ho won by 1 from C. Rai Pak. And I think it's Scott's turn now.
All right, so
Yes.
2008, Rafael Nadal of Spain beats Chile's Fernando Gonzalez 6-3, 7-6, 6-3 to win the men's tennis singles at the Beijing Olympics, Spain's first ever Olympic gold in tennis.
Ooh, nice. It took him that long. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, it's him again.
It's him again. Hey, we saw him in a music video earlier.
That we did.
You're
In the future,
motherfucking
what was it,
Space
1,000 years?
Olympics. Sorry.
1,000 years in the future.
Yeah, 3022.
Yeah. 2008, U.S. team Michael Phelps, Aaron Pearsall, Brendan Hansen, and Jason Lezak wins 4x100 meter medley relay at the Beijing Olympics in world record 3 minutes 29 seconds, or I think I'm saying that right.
29.34 seconds.
Okay, yeah. Phelps' 8th gold medal of games breaks Mark Spitz's 1972 record
Of
of
7.
7.
Yeah. You're in the motherfucking Space Olympics. Yeah. Sorry, the song is in my head now.
No,
It's such a banger.
You know, that was, I don't know, you don't have to read it, but I noticed something in blue in 2012 after that was kind of...
Well, you can read it if you want.
No, it just says gay pride events are banned for a century in Moscow. That was 2012.
A century. So, 2112, they'll be okay again. If we're still around as a species.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We're all gonna die. You have another one here.
2013 14th Athletics World Championship. Usain Bolt wins 200 meters.
Yep. Usain Bolt. Once you see him get on the track, you might as well just not even send your guy out there. Not worth it.
You've already lost.
Before we move into births and deaths, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Are there anything here that are not highlighted that you guys so happen to be looking at, like 2021 last year, or something? I don't know.
Well, it was funny what we just talked about, because it's like, well, if they make it a century, it's like they're assuming either they're not going to be here anymore. Or, I mean, is that what they could pick, a century? That was just the rule? Like,
It's just an arbitrary, what can we do to, make a big number? Make it a century, okay. Because, a millennium, that's 1,000 years, so that's a little too much, but if you just make it a century, a decade, that's only 10 years, so you either have 10, 100, or 1,000. So, and they get consecutively longer between. So, 10 to 100 is 90 years, 100 to 1,000 is 900, so it's just a whole another zero.
So, I don't know, we got 1940 when Hitler orders the total blockade of Great Britain. That's a pretty important one.
Uh, the party pooper thing. King Louis the XIV arresting Nicholas Farquet for throwing a grand party, and Sohan's theory states that it's because the king didn't get an invite. I have a feeling that the king just felt outplayed, and he's just like, well, how dare you outplay me? I'm the king, prison. Like, 1,000 years dungeon. Okay, Lemongrab, 1,000,000,000 years dungeon!
I guess his carrier pigeon didn't bring him a note.
Yeah.
They didn't send him one.
Huh. Anyway, moving on into births and deaths. Sohan, why don't you start us off here? Oh man, you get a good one.
In 1786, Davy Crockett, American frontiersman, adventureman, and politician born in Greene County, Tennessee.
Tennessee! Where I was born.
Nah, you're the only Tennessee. Don't mind me.
Well,
I don't do that.
well, shucks, you doggone embarrassing me.
Yeah. And 1844, Menek II, Emperor of Ethiopia. 1889 to 1913, and Negus/King of Siwa. 1866 to 1890.
1889.
89. Born in Golala, Ethiopia.
Gosh, why does that picture look like it's from 1,000 years ago?
I could easily explain that because it's not. It looks like he is, but he's not. They used to dress ridiculous back then.
That's such a weird statement. Like 1,000 years ago. Like the cameras weren't even invented back then. But it does look like an ancient picture. Like
It's like a stone sculpture almost.
yeah. It almost looks like a really detailed engraving,
Yeah.
Dang. Or like a statue or something.
Oh, ooh, you got a good one.
Ooh.
This is Goldwyn.
Yeah. Scott!
1882, Samuel Goldwyn. Shmuel Gelfie's Spies. Jewish, Polish, American movie producer for MGM. Born in Warsaw, Poland.
Yeah, MGM,
Yeah.
Petro Goldwyn.
Yep.
the Lion,
Yeah. We all know about MGM.
Whoa.
The MGM Grand is a hotel casino. I remember back in the day, the main entrance was going through a big, huge lion's mouth. But they actually changed it because all of the Asian tourists, specifically Chinese ones, viewed that as some kind of sign of bad luck or something. And that's the last thing you want casino patrons to feel is bad luck. So they changed the entire entrance to that hotel casino. But I remember how it was back in the early '90s. I was there. So actually, let me see if I can find a picture of it.
Cool experience.
Yeah, old MGM Grand entrance. Yeah, there it is. So instead of going through the lion's jaws, you're going under the lion. So this was the main entrance here, and they viewed that as some kind of bad luck or some kind of ill omen or something. Asians with their superstitions and stuff. So.
Yep.
I mean, everybody has superstitions. It's just the Asian ones are very specific when it comes to things like that. I don't know.
You talk about people with superstitions. Look no further than sailors.
Yeah.
So a superstition. Got
Yeah.
it.
But then they changed it. They just put a statue of a lion on the top. So this is the current one. I believe. Big lion. Anyway, whose turn was it?
1887. Marcus Garvey, Jamaican-born black nationalist who began the Back to Africa movement among U.S. African Americans born in St. Ann's Bay, Jamaica. Died in 1940.
Oh my God! You sound like you saying, "Get your ass back to Africa."
Well, that's essentially his
No.
Back to Africa movement. He's trying to get all the black people to go back to Africa, which is you know, if a white person was trying to do that, that'd be awful. I don't know why it's any different, you know, for a black guy to try to do that. That's even worse. You know, like, you're here, you know, just make the best of it, you know? But anyway, Mae West was born on this date in 1893. She was a American actress and singer. She done him wrong. Born in Brooklyn, New York, dying in 1980. Oh yeah, the other guy though earlier, born in Warsaw, Poland. Like, my God, that guy dodged a bullet with the Nazis and everything. Like, his hometown got taken. Anyway, then we have Leslie Groves in 1896. He was an American Army engineer who directed the Manhattan Project and construction of the Pentagon. Born in Albany, New York, dying in 1970. Oh my God!
Ooh.
So this guy was a big guy.
We were talking about the Manhattan Project, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Who?
I got a good one.
Yes, you do.
1920, Maureen O'Hara. Fritz Simmons. Irish actress and singer, Miracle on 34th Street, The Quiet Man, born in Rayleigh, Ireland.
So was she the little girl in the original Miracle on 34th Street?
I don't know, let's find out.
Maureen O'Hara. Let's see here. Miracle on 34th Street. Doris Walker. Who's Doris Walker? So, one second. Doris Walker. No, she was the mother. She was the mother of the little girl. Okay.
And in... Ooh, that's quite a time jump. Oh, 1920s... Wait, this is no time. Let me see. Different time. Okay, 6 years.
Yeah.
We have Jiang Zemin, General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. That is a mouthful. 1989 to 2002, and President of the People's Republic of China, 1993 to 2003. Born in Yaozhou, Jiangsun.
So this guy's still alive, and he's one of the evil people. So.
Yeah.
That's where it's Zhang Zhu Jiangsu.
Yeah, Yangzhou Jiangzhu. Yeah. He was a paramount leader of China. I don't know what that means, but... Scott! Or wait, was it my turn?
I think it's your turn.
Yeah. 1929, Francis Gary Powers was a U.S. spy captured by the USSR after his U-2 spy plane... Well, what? After his U-2 spy was shot plane in 1959. What? So that's a mistake. His spy plane was shot down in 1959. He was born in Jenkins, Kentucky. He died in 1977. So, not only was today his birthday, but this is the same guy who, he got shot down. So his trial started, right? Like we saw that earlier.
Yeah.
In Moscow. So wow, happy birthday to you. You are, in a foreign nation on spy allegations that are not just allegations, but, obvious. We shot you down and now you're here. Wow, what a rough birthday. Dang. Then Ted Hughes was born on this date in 1930. He was an English poet and translator, British Poet Laureate of 1984 through 1998. Born in Mytholmyrod, Yorkshire, England, dying in 1998. Huh. Who wants 1932? I think it's Scott's turn.
Yeah. 1932. B.S. Nepal, British novelist, Middle Passage, born in Chaguanas, Trinidad and Tobago. So that's 1932. He died in 2018.
Just 4 years ago. Oh, you have an interesting name here.
1941, interesting name. No, okay, 1941, Abraham Babangida, Nigerian head of state from 1985 to 1993, born in Northern Region, British Nigeria.
Ooh. Oh, wow. You get a good one, Sohan.
Yeah. 1940. You talk about Robert De Niro?
Yeah.
Yes.
1943. Robert De Niro. American actor, taxi driver, Raging Bull, Casino. Born in New York City, New York.
Casino, the gangster movie, right?
Yep. Gangster movie.
Which one was he?
He was the boss.
The skinny Jewish guy or something?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Well, Raging Bull is a boxing movie.
And also, Joe Pesci was in it too.
Yeah, I know. I've seen clips of Casino. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen a lot of clips, and I've actually probably seen the whole movie through these clips.
You probably seen most of the Joe Pesci clips.
Yeah.
You hit that one guy with the phone.
Like, what you doing over there? You go over there, you put your feet on the table, like, go over there and apologize, you blah, 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 expletive, hitting him with the phone.
Like, you should tell him to go fuck himself?
Yeah.
And he whacked him with the phone.
Yeah. Wow.
He was a tough man in the 90s. He's a music producer now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Joe Pesci does music productions too. He's a producer.
That's right. He got. I remember he was getting into music or something about that. That was a passion of his for a while. So, I've lost track of turns again. It's mine, right?
I got one more.
Okay.
Larry Ellison. Well, 1944. Larry Ellison, American businessman, billionaire, founder of Oracle Corporation, born in Manhattan, New York.
The Oracle Corporation. That sounds like the Oval, where the lions attack you.
Yeah, not the lines. The lions.
The lions. The big cats.
Yes.
Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my! I'm in the Oval.
Now's your turn.
1952. We have Guillermo. Guillermo.
Yep.
Yeah, wow. Guillermo Vilas is an Argentine tennis player, 4-time Grand Slam winner, born in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Man, that's a tough name to pronounce because all of that stuff is like different.
Yep.
Then we have Sean Penn, 1960, a U.S. actor, Mr. Mystic River and Milk, born in Santa Monica, California. Which, by the way, speaking of actors and stuff, I saw, the Hot Ones, Before We Feast, or First We Feast, that show where, like, they interview people while eating hot wings and everything?
Yes, we watched one, yeah.
Oh, yeah, did we watch Neil Patrick Harris together, right?
Yeah, the How You Met Your Mother guy, yeah.
Wow, he's gotten old. Like...
Yeah.
Man, like he was Dewey Hauser when he was a kid, then he was he was in Malcolm in the Middle, he was in Starship Troopers, he was in How I Met Your Mother, A Million Ways to Die in the West. But man, he's gotten old. Wow.
He has.
Yeah, he kept the same look for like 30 years, and then it's not like he's done a massive slip, but it's just like there's a visible difference now.
So did Paul Rudd. He kept the same look.
I don't remember who Paul Rudd is. Let me look this guy up. Oh, is that the guy who played Ant-Man?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's why he looks familiar. Okay. And let's see here. We have Lil Pump, born on this date in 2000. Actual name is Gazzy Garcia. He is a U.S. rapper, Gucci Gang, born in Miami, Florida. Well, I mean, I have Gucci glasses, so...
Well, they live with his fucking ass rapper.
Yeah. Look at that stupid little chin thing he has right there, like... It looks like somebody, did it with a Sharpie. It's a spot to let you know where to kick. It's a reticle!
Kick him in the chin.
Hit him in the chin. Uppercut.
The target chin.
Yep. Moving on into deaths. Who wants to start us off?
I'll start this off.
Ooh.
In deaths, we have in 1786, Patrick the Great, King of Prussia, dies at 74. He ruled
I don't
from
know why that picture resembles George Washington to me, but
from 1740 to 1786.
26
The day he
years.
died.
Yeah. Well, that's the powdered wig. That was the look of the time.
yeah.
Like, you know, judges today in the UK still have those, but they have like the big long ones.
I've seen that, yeah, because a lot of the TV shows they have, they wear them as judges in UK shows.
Yeah, they still wear them to this day. I want a powdered wig. I actually want several. I want some of the styles. So, well, like if you actually look, like, you know,
maybe if you get one, you could do a show in it.
that'd be cool. I can do a show in powdered wigs.
Yeah.
I'm turning into Roger from American Dad. I already have like a billion hats. So.
As long as you don't have a Ricky Spanish, you could be okay.
Or any of his other alter egos. They're all bad.
No, Ricky Spanish is the worst.
Yeah. Ricky Spanish.
Also, 1850, Jose de San Martin, South American revolutionary hero and general, dies at 72.
Dang.
So as Jose, from, well, you know, his name and where he's from,
Jose de San Martin. Yep.
I'm guessing he's from San Martin.
No, San Martin might be his actual name. Like,
Hope so.
you know what? Let's see here. He was born in Yapeyú, Argentina.
Oh, good. Okay.
Scott.
This isn't. Okay.
1983, Ira Gershwin, American lyricist. Embraceable You, I Got Rhythm, They Can't Take That Away From Me, dies in Beverly Hills at 86.
I could take. Yeah. Seemed like God took your rhythm away from you.
See, he doesn't know cancel culture yet.
No.
Ooh.
Okay, 1987, Rudolf Hess, German Nazi official, deputy Führer, who dramatically escaped to Britain in 1941, sentenced to life in Spandau prison, commits suicide at 93? Really? At 93.
Was this the guy who tried to, like, go to Britain to organize, like, a peace treaty or something? Like, you know, going, like, you know, over Hitler's head and all that stuff?
I don't know.
I remember that happened. I think this was the guy.
Oh,
You could
that's
look
it.
it up if you like, but
What did Rudolf
Oh,
Hess
wait.
do? Let me look this up. Rudolf Hess is most famous for undertaking a secret solo flight from Bavaria to Scotland on May of 1941 to deliver proposals for peace between Germany and Great Britain. I was right!
yep.
Regarding Hess's mission as unauthorized and doubting his sanity, the British government held Hess as a prisoner of war through the end of World War II. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
And that appears to be the end of the show. Once again, well, that concludes the show. You can check the underbar for any links that you may find interesting, including...
Shohin TV on Twitch.
Yeah, you haven't streamed in a while. When are you going to do that again?
I know. I'm going to.
When? I'm excited. I want to see, you know, like, you know, this
I know
other-
you want to see. You want to see Claire Redfield's side of Resident Evil 2.
Yes, please.
Please.
Anyway, for your dose of Past Events Daily, we stream at 10 in the morning Pacific time, which is 8 in the morning Hawaiian time, 11 Mountain,
1 p.m.
12
Eastern,
Central.
and
1 p.m. Eastern.
yep. Any other time zones? I don't know. You can go do the math. It's a quick Google search.
Oh, I can tell you. In the Asian countries, it's night for them.
Ah, well,
It's past midnight for them.
well, it's also tomorrow, so you know this show is already in the past for them, so they don't matter, or at least we don't matter to them. I don't know. Whatever. Something doesn't matter at some point. Anyway, for all you and all of us, I am of course A.O. Xander.
I am me.
I am Scott.
Trouble.
Let's go.
You're the
Let's
Scotty
go.
boy. And you are a
Let's
troublemaker,
go.
so hen. Anyway, and of course you, audience viewer, are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. And until then, toodles! Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go.
Let's go, Brandon.